The Horry County Democratic Party commends Coastal Carolina University and Grand Strand Action Together for leading a local effort to fight hatred and racism against the Asian American community and all others. CCU, with support from GSAT, sponsored a vigil March 24th, commemorating the deaths of those who died in the Asian spa shootings in Atlanta on March 16. Deborah Perkins and Jamie McCauley of CCU spoke to HCDP about the vigil and efforts to fight against racial hatred.
So, my name is Jamie McCauley. I am Program Director of the Social Justice Research Initiative here at Coastal. After I heard about the shootings that targeted Asian American women primarily, even though there were a few other people who lost their lives, and we mourn all of the lives, obviously, I started reaching out to colleagues to see if the university had planned a response. And I knew that they had released text-based statements, but I felt like we needed to do something active and we needed to show up and show solidarity, even though our Asian population here at Coastal is a small population. I felt like we needed to show our support and solidarity, and we needed to make a statement about speaking out against hate crimes and violence against Asian American women specifically.
What do you guys think has prompted all of this? Do you have any thoughts about that?
I think there's been a long history of hate against the Asian American community in this nation. It goes back as long as the history of this country. I think more recently, you can fast forward to 2020, and there was a lot of Asian American, anti-Asian American sentiment by Donald Trump and the Trump administration. And he during his speeches, he would kind of fuel this, calling it the Kung flu, that COVID, calling it Kung flu, or calling it the China virus. And so, he pandered to his base, and I think that led to a lot of increase in anti-Asian sentiment, to the point that we saw a rise of 140% increase in violence against the Asian American community in 2020. So I think that's where a lot of it comes from recently. But again, this has been a long history of this country of hatred against certain minority groups, in this case Asian Americans and the Pacific Islanders.
What would you like to see happen now?
I would love to see growing awareness across the country culturally about, our issues with violence overall. I mean, like, we organized this rally in response to a mass shooting that happened a week ago that targeted a specific community, but now we have another mass shooting that was just, random violence. And I would like this event, to lead into a greater, cultural reflection and reckoning about our relationship with violence overall, because I think that's the root that we really need to get at to address these mass shootings, as well as to address the racism. So obviously, you have one mass shooting that's activated by racism and misogyny, and another activated by other issues. And unfortunately, it looks like, we're all in danger because, we just have a problem with violence in general that we need to address.
Part of what we do at this university in our department, my name is Debbie Perkins, and I'm a professor of sociology too, and a colleague of Jamie's in the Department of Sociology. I founded the Social Justice Research Initiative years ago, and what we do is to really try to increase awareness and education among our students of the issues, the underlying inequalities and injustices, in order for them to come together to be part of the solution for change, for them to figure out how they can become involved to ameliorate many of these issues that we talk about in our classes. So that's part of the work that we do with the Social Justice Research Initiative, is to educate, to do research around many of these issues, and to engage in action for change.
What would you say the response of your students is to this overall initiative?
We had about 50 students here, so I think that was a very good turnout, given the fact that many of our students are home-based now, so they're taking online classes. They're not here physically on campus. So to have this kind of turnout, to have this kind of energy among our students, I think is a great thing. We had members of the Social Justice Club have sign-ups here tonight, so we had, I think, about 20 people who signed up to be part of this club. So I think there's a lot of energy, and I find so much hope among young people today. I think they want to be part of solutions for change. They want to learn about what the issues are, and I have a lot of hope. I have hope in for our world because of what I see with these young people today.